qualifying for you today. Welcome along to Spain, to Barcelona, and wherever you are in the world. Do you feel the need for speed?
Hi guys and welcome back to the part 6 of my F1 driver career mode, and today we are in Spain with a heavy rain in qualifying, and let's go into qualifying and let's see what we can do with a heavy rain on us into qualifying. The weather is saying it's going to be a wet track, but we are not going on wets because wets do not provide that much space for us, and we are going out on inters for our first lap. And let's see, it's going to be an exploratory lap for us right now, but we are going to push and let's see what we can do into turn 1. George Russell has put, and now also Piastri has put the fastest time, but look at that, we are just tiptoeing around the track. Look at that, just going a little bit wide, too much aquaplaning here and there, and we get a little bit more catching slides here and there. And let's see what is going to be, and onto the last corner, let's see what we can do. Braking a little bit extra, going on the inside curve, getting a little bit of slide there. Let's see what's going to be. We are last than everyone else. We are 3.5 seconds behind Hamilton, who is in P9, but that's not going to matter. We are going to start our lap 2 straight away, and look at that, into turn 1, taking the corners a little bit more decisively, and because of that we have gained 3 tenths. And on the last corner, braking a little less, going a little bit wide, but we have gained 7.5 tenths. Let's see what's going to be. It's still last, but we have gained more time, and again on lap 3 going a little bit wide. We have now third fast lap for us, and let's see what's going to be. We are 2 seconds in front, and we are now just in front of Joe. That 2 seconds gain was only enough to put us in front of Joe. And on the last qualifying run in Q1 with 3 seconds left, we are starting our qualifying, and look at that, we have a little bit of a dry line going here and into turn 1. Let's see what we can do. We are blocked by our own teammate. We are blocked by Magnussen, and because of that we go on the better part of the track, and because of that we are now getting all kind of slide there. We are just trying to catch it, but we are now 6 tenths behind everyone. And at that point I decided, let's go wrap this up, and there is no point in going out again. And we are now P20. And guys, if you're thinking, why didn't I go on the wet tires? It's because I forgot to change the column for us, and because of that we are going to get penalty into the race, and we are going to start last anyway, so there was no point in trying to push the car too much. We were just trying to see what time we can get, and let's get into the race, which is going to be a full dry race.
Great moments in Formula One history have been written at this very track over the years, including Michael Schumacher's first win for Ferrari back in '96. That win was in the rain. We might have better weather here today, but we're just as overjoyed to be at the Spanish Grand Prix. It's an updated track at Catalonia, and the popular opinion in the paddock is that we never wanted the chicane in the first place. That's now been gone. The final corner is much faster, and at 2.9 miles and 14 turns, we await the Spanish Grand Prix. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And Lando Norris lines up alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Oscar Piastri, Leclerc, Fernando Alonso, Hamilton, Tsunoda, Stroll, Ocon, Magnussen, Russell, Sainz, Joe, Ricciardo, Gasly, Bottas, Sargent, Perez, Albon, and Ali. Now it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track. And joining me in the commentary box once again, Naomi Schiff. Hi, Gnomes. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, every driver certainly has their own way of preparing themselves before a race. But I can tell you that pre-race rituals are a real thing. When I was in go-karting, I used to touch every wheel in a specific sequence before I got into the kart. And then I stepped up to cars and had a specific set of fireproof base layers just for race day. So watch the drivers when they're on the grid. Some may be sitting on the floor and isolating, others may be up to other things that they do. But these little things really help their minds get ready for the race.
So, Max Verstappen was on pole, we are in last, and it's going to be an easy medium to hards for us. We don't want to go on to softs because the softs wear out way too quickly on this track. So we are going to keep our tire wear. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And we are go for the sprint Grand Prix. We get a better exit than everyone else, and we have overtaken Sargent and Albon. And just side by side with Paris and Bottas is just front of us. We get an amazing run and into braking. We have overtaken at least 7 cars here, and we are now in P11. From P20 to P11 in just one corner, and Max Verstappen leading from Piastri and Lando Norris just P3. Charles Leclerc into P4, Alonso in P5 going just in front of Hamilton, and P7 for Stroll, P8 for Tsunoda, our teammate into P9 with some good points. We are in P11, just side by side with Sainz tries to overtake us, but we have again overtaken him, and we are now keeping our position of P11 here. Sainz is also on mediums, so it's not going to be too much problem to keep him behind because we are also mediums and we can push a little bit extra here. And on to the last corner, we brake a little bit here because we don't want to wear out these tires too much. And on lap 2, DRS enabled, and let's just keep in DRS of Ocon. But look at that, Sainz getting an amazing exit, but we on the braking has overtaken Sainz again. We just go a little bit wide, getting a little bit slide there, catching it and just trying to keep it in front of Sainz. And on lap 4, Piastri in front of Norris. Norris with the help of DRS juking him from inside, now out the outside into braking. Lando Norris has overtaken Piastri, and Piastri might get susceptible to attack from Charles Leclerc, but it's not going to be right now. And we also trying to just keep it on the racing track right now. In the lap 4, we get DRS from the people in front, but Sainz has amazing speed on us because remember he has a better engine than us. And into braking, we decided not to overtake Sainz, but Russell tried to overtake us there, but we just shut the door on him and we all go onto the grass, and because of that we now wide there, but Russell now side by side, but into braking for turn 5 and going on to the grass again. We have maintained at least P12, and we are now desperate to just stay in the DRS of Carlos Sainz, but at the end of lap 4 we are now out of the DRS of Sainz, and because of that Russell with the help of DRS is going to overtake us without any problem into P13. We are now in P13 right now, but we are going to bide our time right now because remember we are on mediums and soft tires burn out way more quickly than mediums, and because of that on lap 12 and on lap 8 Ocon just in front of us. And look at that, everyone else, I think now the soft runners have problem on their soft tires because Ocon is just in front of us. We are just trying to make a move here. We obviously, if you can see, we have an objective to overtake Ocon before lap 12, and we are deciding that we want to overtake Ocon with the help of DRS now on lap 9, at the start of lap 9, and with the DRS and ERS we are just catching Ocon going defensive. We go from the outside into braking. We have overtaken Ocon there without any problem. We now sets our sight on our teammate who is 1.7 seconds in front of us, and we are just going to keep on him so that we can do something. And on lap 11 at the end we have now caught up to Magnussen, and Perez, who is just behind us, has overtaken Ocon. Ocon has just dropped from the face of earth, the earth, and we are now, with the help of DRS, just trying to stay in the slipstream of Magnussen to overtake him. And Magnussen, because Perez was trying to overtake us, Magnussen blocked Perez there, and we are now in P11. What an amazing teamwork here, guys. Perez just lets us pass there and also blocked the guy who was trying to overtake us. That's an amazing team battle here. And because of that, Magnussen has also maintained P12. We are now in P11, just behind Stroll, and we are now desperate to get into DRS of Stroll, into the braking. We are now just behind Stroll. Can we get into DRS? Magnussen obviously still behind us, and Perez obviously hounding Magnussen now in behind us. And look at that, we are now just in DRS of Stroll, and because of that we will be able to catch up to Stroll and not be overtaken by Perez. But we are still here trying to keep the position, and we are just almost dropping our teammate 2 out of DRS because, guys, the soft tires are now done. The soft tires are burnt off right now, and they are just staying, trying to keep any kind of position. And at the end of the corner, at the end of lap 12, with the help of DRS, we have an amazing run on Stroll. Stroll goes defensive. We, with the help of DRS, will be able to overtake us into braking. We have now done it, and we have done this easily there. We have overtaken for P10, and now we are not trying to overtake. We will try to overtake Russell, but on lap 15, we are now in the pit stop because the tire wear was a little bit too high. Obviously, Esteban Ocon, if you can see, is also out of the race. Lando Norris putting on the first lap, and Sainz now in just front of us, but we will have to first pit. So Sainz has at least 3-4 seconds gap in front of us, and with a 2.5 pit stop, we are out of the pits. And let's see what we can do, can we get any kind of points in this race. We are now in front of Magnussen even after pitting, even after the undercut. Looks like the undercut didn't work for Magnussen because we have to nurse these tires, bring them slowly into temperature, and because of that we have overcut our teammate. His undercut didn't work. We are now just in front of him, but Magnussen, with a better warmed up mediums, is just behind us with a 3-4 tenths. And on lap 6 and on lap 17, we on the main straight, Perez out of the pits is just in front of us. Magnussen, with the help of DRS, tries to overtake us, but we have into braking again, has overtaken Magnussen easily, and we are now just behind Perez, trying to get into his DRS and keep in his DRS till the end of the race, so that we can overtake him at the end of the race. But obviously he has a tire offset than us. He has 2 laps younger tire wear than us, but we will try to keep him just in front so that we can get his DRS. And on lap 18 we are just keeping behind Perez so that we can keep into his DRS, and because of that Perez is now catching up to Carlos Sainz, and because of that we are all catching up to Carlos Sainz. Carlos Sainz only 1.9 seconds, 2 seconds in front of us, and will Perez get DRS from Carlos Sainz into the last corner? Let's see what we can do. We are now just close to Perez. DRS open, not using ARS because there's no point trying to overtake Perez here, because if we overtake him we will have to push more. And right now we have given but into the turn 1 with a big tie bomb. We have overtaken Perez. We decided to let's just give it our all, and we have overtaken Perez for P10. We are now into the points paying position and only 2 seconds behind Sainz. But on lap 20, Perez with a really good exit there, and we have a yellow flag. Please let it be a safety car, but it's not. I think that was Guan Yu Zhou out of the race, and it's not a safety car, and because of that we have to still continue. Here, it would have been amazing for us if we had any kind of safety car. That would have been amazing. And with the help of DRS, Perez tries to overtake us, and we just let him by because we don't want to push our tire too much. We just want to sit into DRS of Paris and get a little bit cooler air on the start finish straight, and we will be good into these race. And we just go right there and put a tire into the gravel, and onto the last corner we still have DRS with the help of ERS and DRS. And look at that, on lap 24 we are still maintaining that gap, and on lap 24 we are still in the DRS of Paris. But look at that, Paris is just in front of us by 9 tenths, so he's trying to break the DRS from us, but we are just maintaining and trying to maintain as much as we can the DRS from Paris so that we can catch up to Sainz. Sainz has also pulled out again a gap of 2.6 from us, but we will try to keep some position here because we want to get points out of this race. Because look at that, we are just behind Paris. We can see the points playing position in front of us, so we are not going to give up on that easily. We will keep hounding Paris or anyone else who will be here in P10. And on lap 28 we won't be able to keep that position, but Sainz and Paris, look at that, fighting in front of us. They might slow each other down enough so that we can get back into DRS, because we lost DRS because our tire was a little too high to keep up with Paris and Sainz. But we will still try to keep on these guys and get some positions, because we are not letting them get points here. We will. And on lap 31 Sainz with the help of DRS is trying to overtake Tsunoda, and look at that, into braking from the outside. Sainz just going in front of Tsunoda and has overtaken us. We go on curb because we were watching the fight in front of us, but we will still maintain our position in P11 right now. And because Tsunoda has medium tires which are now gone, we will try to overtake them, and we will at least first try to keep into his DRS and then overtake him as soon as we can. Look at that, we are just pushing now, and on last lap we are just behind Tsunoda there. We have now touched him, but we will still maintain that. And into turn 5 with a big dive bomb there, and Tsunoda gives us a little bit of room. We just get onto his tires and we have overtaken him for the points. And on the last lap, and Max Verstappen from the heartbreak of Canada has won the Spanish Grand Prix. And into P2, Lando Norris coming out of the last corner will get P2. Piastri will have some problem, but he has maintained his P3 in front of Alonso, who was just 6 tenths in front of us. And we are now just maintaining a position in front of Tsunoda because his tires are done. And we are now only 1.4 seconds behind Sainz, but we won't be able to do anything about Sainz because Sainz is also on the hard tires, and because of that we will just be happy. We should be happy with a P10 because this car does not warrant any kind of points here, because we are 7th best car. And starting from P20 we cross the line in P10 and gets points into the race. That's an amazing race for us, guys. We have gotten points. I did not know if that would have been possible any other way. We got a really good gap into turn 1. We gained 9 positions on the first corner, and because of that we are now in P10 and we have made points again. And look at that, guys, Max Verstappen won this race and we were P10. That's an amazing feeling, guys. Points from starting P20, that was really amazing. And look at that, our teammate just fell off there. Our teammate, because he was on mediums, just fell off. And look at that, that's why I was saying the medium to soft set strategy won't work on Spain. And because of that, guys, we are into points. And look at that, our racecraft has increased because of that. Our awareness has also increased because of that. Pace hasn't increased that much. Our focus also increased. And we are now halfway in 76 rating. And guys, if you enjoy these videos, please like and subscribe to the channel. And if you have any suggestions, please send it my way. And guys, keep watching and thank you.